Lead attorney asks, now that you are at the Air Force, will you come into the Manosphere? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If I wanted to be canceled, I would just cancel myself. No, no. Whenever it's kind of like entering a group that is highly controversial, even though there's a level of truth being conveyed. If that group has a stigma, it's kind of like I'm gonna join OnlyFans, but I'm gonna make cooking videos. You're making cooking videos. It's not wrong. It's not like it's not. It's cooking videos, but because you're on a platform that already has a reputation, a stigma attached to it, when you say, "What do you do for a living?" Oh, I do OnlyFans. People are not going to think that you're cooking on there. They don't care that you're cooking on there. People are going to assume that you're cooking and you're probably naked while you're cooking or something. So the Manosphere, again, so much truth is transmitted from the Manosphere. A lot of the red pill content has changed my life. It's helped me. It's grounded me. It's put me in such a better place, a better headspace, better mental health. It's made me more productive. It's made me more passionate, more ambitious in certain areas of my life. That I watch Manosphere daily, because it's not all wrong. And I don't agree with all of it. I don't agree with every voice in the Manosphere. I listen to a lot of different voices that comes from that space. A lot of my success with women has come from the Manosphere. Not all of us are incels that are watching this stuff. Again, the stigma associated with the Manosphere and the red pill content is that there's nothing but sigmas sitting, no, not sigmas, but incels just sitting in their basements, touching themselves. And that's all. They just hate women, and they just don't want to be relationships, and they're just going to touch themselves. And it's not the case. It's not the case. Men finally have a voice to speak up for ourselves, and now we're realizing that we have a lot more options than we've been considering. And so, yeah, the Manosphere is definitely valuable. Again, there's a lot is kind of like judging a whole belief system by its perversion. You have the few people that make the whole thing look bad, because any extreme ideology is wrong. If it's too extreme, it's wrong. If it's extreme, it's wrong. If it's radical, it's wrong. Because most things have nuance. And if you can't convey something properly, you're just going to radicalize the few. And the only voices that get heard are the loud voices. People don't listen to the nuanced voices. MTR is one of the greatest, especially as it relates to being nuanced. You really can't tell which side he's on. I would also shout like the roommates. Quite objective. They talk to men and women. Even Kevin Samuels, he talks to men and women. Most people just don't realize he was talking to men before he was talking to women. And of course, one demographic was like, well, why is he being so, his tone is too rough. Why he's talking to us like that? Listen to how he talks to the men. He dragging us through the mud, bruh. If I called in, he'd be like, bruh, what? You broke bastard. You overweight. What? It's facts. That's why I don't call in. He's like, we can call in for it. But I don't watch live streams anyway. But yeah, the Manosphere is definitely valuable, but I prefer the talking points, the topics themselves, versus just being associated with the whole brand. My brand is my brand. And so I definitely love to have the conversations, especially with people that are part of the Manosphere. But as far as my branding is concerned, I pride myself on being objective, being rational, and being me. And yeah, of course, there's a money grab. It's kind of like buying real estate before it was popular. Like some people, they owned 1,000 horses before the first car was invented, and then they own 1,000, gasoline cars before Tesla came along. There's constant evolution, and people are able to recognize like now streaming is a thing, and now podcasting is a thing, where there are some people that were doing it way before it was popular. There's people that are doing YouTube way before YouTube was paying people to do YouTube. So there's always going to be some visionaries, in the front. But I'm very, very slow to chase the crowd. Very slow. I will sit here with my 12,200 subscribers or 400 subscribers and slowly grow. 100 subscribers a month. I will gladly do that if it means that my reputation stays intact. And unfortunately, there's a lot of things that, as long as I'm cooking, but I'm cooking on OnlyFans, I can't keep my reputation intact. Just because the views are over there, I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of views to get. I prefer my reputation. and it's so hard to build and keep a reputation, but it takes a matter of seconds to destroy it. So, yeah, I'll be staying in my lane, and you'll hear a lot of the talking points. You'll hear a lot of the subjects, and I love a good debate. I love bringing on people and discussing ideas. But associating my brand directly with a different brand, yeah, we'll pump the brakes on that. But we'll see, we'll see. I never say never, because I might pop up one day and just, hey, I am the Manosphere, and I'll just go off on it. So we'll see.